Hey guys, what's up? It's Kyle here. This is my pay-per-view predictions for WWE Payback here in Chicago. I have not done a pay-per-view prediction video in a long time, at least almost 2 years of me making this channel here on YouTube. So I'm going to give my predictions on the matches. I'll be there live myself personally. At the pay-per-view Payback. So just get right down into it. First match is Damien Sandow versus Sheamus in the opening pre-match. I think this would be interesting for Chicago because I know Chicago loves Sheamus, but Chicago also loves heels, and the good heels especially. So that being said, this would be it'd be interesting to see the crowd's reaction to this, so to speak. I could see it being split down the middle, 50-50. Chicago sometimes a bit of a smarky crowd, not as smarky as New York, but if they feel like a majority of people felt about Sheamus and felt like Sheamus was like the second coming of John Cena, of him constantly being pushed down our throats, which I don't see him as being that, I can see them cheering for Damien Sandow. I could probably see Sandow getting this, because Sandow really hasn't done much of anything over the last couple of months. Obviously since Royal Rumble, he hasn't done anything. Well, since the beginning of this year, he hasn't done anything, and this is probably like the only kind of meaningful feud starting out for him so far. So I think Sandow should win and get over here on Sheamus. Next you have the triple threat match for the Intercontinental title. You have Wade Barrett defending the IC title against The Miz and Curtis Axel. Originally, so it was supposed to have been Fandango, but Fandango suffered a concussion. Unfortunately, one man's tragedy is another man's opportunity. And, you know, they did the right choice by putting in Curtis Axel. I'm not a big fan of Curtis Axel, but I would rather have him win the belt here. I mean, I could see them doing something better with the IC belt. Axel doing something better with the IC belt rather than Barrett, because Barrett's just... I don't know what WWE are doing with Barrett. It's like they themselves don't know what they want to do with Barrett. So I say just give it to Curtis Axel. You know, give it to a new fresh face. Let him run with it. With having Paul Heyman in his corner, I think the IC title will definitely get some more focus and attention, because that's the only belt right now, besides all the other belts, that's not getting much attention. We have a Divas title match: Kaitlyn versus AJ. I see AJ getting this. AJ is the hottest diva right now in their division, so it makes sense for them to give it to her, even though she really not that great of a wrestler yet. She can still work and improve, but and Kaitlyn's had a good run. Kaitlyn's had it since, was it Night of Champions or something last year, so she's had a good run with it, I think. So I'd say give it to AJ. Next match we have is Kane versus Dean Ambrose. I know a lot of people kind of saw this as being kind of kabuki-ish, considering Hell No are a tag team, but yet you have Orton and Daniel Bryan in a tag match. I kind of see why they did the switch up here a little bit, because what other mid-card babyface do you have to really go up against Dean Ambrose for the U.S. title? Kingston is out because he had surgery on his arm or something like that, a legit injury. Miz is with the is doing stuff on the IC with the IC title. So what other upper mid card babyface you have to really go up against Dean Ambrose? There's really no one. So it makes sense to put Kane in there. And I don't think Kane's never won the U.S. title, but he's never had a title shot for it either. So this will be his first time having a match for the U.S. belt, I believe. But I see Dean Ambrose getting over on this. Just keep that momentum going for Shield. Next, we have the tag match, Orton and Daniel Bryan against Rollins and Roman Reigns, members of the Shield Tag Team Champs. I see Shield getting over on this one too. as well, successfully defending the tag titles. But I don't know, Orton and Daniel Bryan. I think for as strong and dominant as Shield is, I think Bryan and Orton, the interaction between those two, I think is gonna kind of be the hot spot for the match. I think that's gonna be interesting because Chicago loves D. Bryan. We love Randy Orton too, but I think Shield may get probably the biggest pops of the night, besides our hometown hero, which I'll get to in a sec. But I see Shield getting over on this. I see some type of shenanigans happening, something where Orton's going to turn, or not turn heel, but he's going to like RKO Daniel Bryan or something. And they just continue to have that weak link thing going on. Weak link thing going on with Bryan. So I see Shield successfully retaining. World title match with Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio. I really hope they get this match out of the way and start a different feud for Dolph Ziggler, because I understand, the circumstances of Dolph Ziggler having his concussion and being out for a while, for literally like 6 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks. I really think that, and they've kind of kept this feud intact somewhat with him battling up against Biggie Langston. I really think that they need to get Del Rio out of the title picture, put Sheamus back up in there, and have him chase Ziggler or Randy Orton or somebody, because I'm kind of getting tired of seeing Del Rio in the main event spot. I think I need a break from him being in the main event spot, just a little bit, just a little break from him. But definitely think Dolph Ziggler's going to get over on this here. Got to keep that momentum going. His momentum's kind of taking a steep slope, but I definitely see Ziggler getting this, hands down. Next match we have is Chris Jericho going up against my #1 favorite wrestler of this generation, and always has been for the last 10 years since I followed his career. Our hometown hero, CM Punk, going one-on-one with Chris Jericho. I think this has the potential to be the match of the night, like they did last year in Chicago at Extreme Rules, which I was also fortunate enough to be a part of. Amazing pay-per-view. I think they're going to shut the house down in here. I think this is going to be interesting because the roles were switched this year, unlike last year. This time, Punk's the heel, Jericho's the babyface. Now, some can say, is Punk coming back a little bit too soon? I kind of think so, a little bit. I think they should have held off Punk maybe until SummerSlam to bring Punk back in SummerSlam. That was the original intent. I think WWE only bringing him back just to get a cheap pop for Chicago by them randomly throwing this pay-per-view that they have that, no one really cares about. So I got to give it to CM Punk. I mean, the guy's had 3 big, huge losses, 2 title matches, and then one of them, him losing the title match to The Rock, and then losing at WrestleMania to The Undertaker. So I think Punk needs to start getting his sting back going forward, and leading to the next big pay-per-view, SummerSlam. So I root for Punk for this. Not only because I think he needs it, but I'm also a little bit biased towards Punk. So I see Punk getting this, and you guys have no doubt in your mind, Punk's going to get the biggest pop out of those two in that match. Last but not least, the WWE Championship match. John Cena defending the WWE title against Ryback in a 3 stages of hell match. The first one's going to be a lumberjack. Second match is going to be tables. Third going to be ambulance match. These 3 stages, I think, are very awkward. I don't think they're matched very well. The ambulance match, I think it's fine, but I don't know, lumberjack match. I hate lumberjack matches. I think they're just so cheap and cheesy. Nothing with really a lot of creativity and no focus. You just randomly just throw it in there when they can't think of anything else. I don't know. This whole 3 stages of hell thing seems lackluster to me. I see John Cena winning this, but I think from a fan's perspective, I find this probably more intriguing in terms of like fan reaction, because I know fans don't like John Cena. Chicago doesn't like John Cena. And I definitely know for a fact, I like Ryback, but I know the majority of Chicago fans are going to boo Ryback, and you're going to probably do some Goldberg chants 9 times out of 10. So with that being said, I think it's going to be an interesting crowd reaction between these two. It's going to be 50-50, where both guys are going to be booed out of the building, or just because Chicago's fandom and their despise for John Cena so much, are they going to root for Ryback? in spite of, because it is John Cena and Ryback is a heel this turnaround. So that'll be interesting. But I do see John Cena winning this and retaining this title and moving forward. You guys give me your thoughts on the pay-per-view card. I think it's decent. I think it's decent. Like I said, I'll be there in attendance live to check it out myself. I'll do a review later that night or early that Monday morning. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment, subscribe. Peace.